Peace, peace. Another episode of that deep shit. This is where we connect the dots like we always do about this time, So we're gonna connect the dots. In this episode, we're gonna talk about signs of breath, breathing, and meditation. And the secret hidden meaning of yawning, yawning. So let's get into it. I get to test out my new lens. Got that wide angle, it's real weird, But anyways, the science of breathing and proper signs of meditating. Breathing is very important. It's the first thing that you'll do, and the last thing that you'll do is to take a breath. In this existence, at least, on the physical form, on the physical plane. But with that being said, it being the first and last thing that you will do, that is how important the breath is. So, in certain religions or in certain belief systems, they'll tell you, to honor the body and to treat the body as a temple. Well, part of treating the body as a temple is proper breathing. They'll say, you shouldn't smoke, it's a sin. No, I don't think that's in the Bible. I don't think the Bible would say, nigga, don't smoke a blunt, you're going to hell. I don't think it say that, okay? But with all religions, not just the Bible or Christianity, Islam, and every other one, they give you the storybook form of the science. And the science is that it's not a sin, it's just that, to be holy, whole, complete, to be complete. That's what holy means, to be whole. To be complete, you have to cherish the body. And breathing is the key element of cherishing the temple. Proper breathing. We don't breathe properly. We're very shallow breathers. How many times do you take a deep breath every day? Every breath you take should be a deep breath. Okay, I'm not going to go into too many breathing techniques here, but there are certain breathing techniques that will get you different results of spiritual elevation, I would say. In fact, if you breathe properly, you won't even have to smoke weed. You won't even have to do any type of drug, because you can get the exact same effect that you can get from any drug, by breathing. That's crack, cocaine, meth, heroin, Molly, ecstasy, fucking MDMA, fucking Adderall, all that shit. Breathe. So, stopping smoking is one way to increase your spiritual growth. With that being said, I'm going to reveal the hidden meaning of yawning, because a yawn is a breath. It's a deep breath. The deeper your breath, the deeper spiritual motion you're in. So when you that's a real breath. Not see. So when you yawn, that's nothing but your body going into an automatic reset spiritually. It's your body is automatically doing it. Okay? I have a couple of theories on what this actually means when this happens. I know that everything physical here is based off of 4 elements. Actually 5. But the 5th is hidden. It's the ether. So you have earth, wind, water, fire. Ether. Earth, wind, water, fire. So let's start with the wind, okay? Which actually, that's wind. Right? Yeah, that's wind. Start with the wind. If everything here is based off of 4 elements, the wind being one element, communication from higher energies on different dimensions all filtered to this dimension by the 5 elements. So if wind is one of the elements, you can get spiritual communication through wind. You can get spiritual communication through water. You can get spiritual communication through earth. You can get spiritual communication through fire, and so on and so forth. You can get spiritual communication, but we're talking about wind, specifically the breath. So when you yawn, a lot of times there's something spiritual happening, something different that's outside of you. That's why you can't control it. You can't control a genuine yawn. You can fake a yawn, but you can't control a real yawn. Okay? And the fact that they say, well, yawns are contagious. If one person yawns, the next person yawns. It's not that it's contagious, it's just that the people in the immediate area is having a spiritual communication from something else. And it's coming in the form of air, the element of air. So it seems to be a contagious thing, but but the people involved are just having the same experience at the same time because of the energy being present then. And the reason why came to this one of the reasons why I came to this conclusion is because I noticed something today. I was at work and I was looking down the hall, right? The receptionist was to my back, but I was looking down the hall, far down the hall. I seen a person yawning. I couldn't hear them. I seen them. At the exact same time, I heard the receptionist yawn. So they were both doing it at the same time and had no clue. They weren't even close to each other. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, that solidifies it. I got it. So I started to go into deep meditation and to get the science of it. So yeah, so this is deep communication from higher energy sources. We'll just leave it right there. But that segue goes into when you're meditating. When you're meditating, breathing is very, very important to get proper communication from higher sources. So of course people know when you meditate, it's good to breathe deeply, inhale, and deeply exhale. This again strengthens the communication bond between you and other sources. And a good sign, this is going back into the science of breath and the science of meditation, a good sign of knowing you're in a good meditative space is that when you're sitting there meditating, whether you're doing open eye meditation or closed eye meditation, once you get a good solid connection, kind of like a good solid internet connection, that's all it is. All this dimensional talk is just like the internet. That's where they get the idea from the internet from something else that's real. So there's a real internet. You know what I'm saying? So when you know you got a strong connection, that your bandwidth is strong, you got a strong upstream, strong downstream, everything is cool, you're getting them megabytes and them gigabytes flowing. When you know, is you will start getting little itches or something. Something will, like you'll feel like you got a scratch or something. Like something will try to break that meditation up, or you'll be super sensitive to anything. So you'll feel something on your leg and you got to scratch it. You know what I'm saying? Or something. You know, because you're super getting in tune. Another sign is when you're really got a strong connection, depending on what year your house or apartment was built. You got to understand, all this stuff here is electromagnetic. So you're dealing with electricity and magnetism. Electricity and magnetism. So when you're meditating and you've got a strong connection, sometimes the beams in the walls will pop. Like you'll hear it, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear them pop when you got a strong connection. This really happens a lot the later you wait. Like if you meditate, real late, yeah, you'll hear some signs and some shit. You know what I'm saying? Another sign, my lips probably dry and shit. Another sign is TVs will start popping, or especially if you got an old ass TV with the big back with the tube and shit in that motherfucker. Tubes are very sensitive to electromagnetic activity because they're old tubes, they're transistors. So when you're meditating and you got all this electromagnetic energy floating around you, they do start affecting the electronics, especially old ass TVs. And if you got one, you'll hear it pop when you go into that deep meditative state, whether it's on or off. You know what I'm saying? Radios, stations will kind of flicker. If you got an old ass radio and shit, you can hear it. You know what I'm saying? So just a couple of things that, food for thought, things that I observed and noticed, and you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, so I'm just putting this video out there, so just in case somebody else experiencing the same thing, they won't be feeling like they tripping. Cause shit, I wish I had somebody tell me you ain't tripping. So that's gonna do it. That's it. Quick video. I don't know how long it ran, but it is what it is.